Hi, Ken for Ken's Den Films. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. So no, I'm not coming from Vegas. I'm not coming from Miami. I'm not coming from a cruise ship. I'm coming from my house. So a few years ago, I noticed things were not ordinary at this house. Perhaps things that go bump in the night. Perhaps objects moving on their own. So things didn't really seem right. So I called in some ghost hunters. Now, over a period of a couple of years, they've been here over half a dozen times, and they always seem to find something. Recently, one of the local news channels spent the night at this house for their annual Halloween special. And what we have coming up is the quick teaser that they put out, and then the actual story they ran at their 11 o'clock news. The following two videos are courtesy of WGGB TV Springfield, Western Mass News. And I'd like to thank the producer, Chris Pisano, for allowing me to share this with you.
Well, as the sun goes down this Halloween Eve, it's time to get ready for our annual ghost hunt.
Now, this year, Agawam Paranormal is taking us along for an investigation with a twist. Now, in years past, we've crept through public buildings, but for only the second time now, Rob Goff and his team are bringing us to a private residence, or to put it more clearly, someone's house, a house the owner believes may be haunted, and a place Rob says even surprised him when it came to things that go bump in the night.
That was one of the, I think that's the biggest piece that we got here. You know, you go to a place, you get orb activity. You may have an EMF meter go off. Some of our newfangled equipment starts reacting to the environment. But when you start having a physical object, now you've seen our static cameras. There's a camera, a bracket, an illuminator, a tripod, the whole 9 yards. And it decides to take itself for a little stroll.
And no one's in the room.
No one's in the house.
That was quite an evening. We do have that video, by the way, of the camera moving, as somehow something moves that piece of equipment across the room. Plus, what other evidence did we find with Agawam Paranormal during this year's investigation? And tonight on Western Mass News at 11, you are invited to come along with us on our annual Halloween ghost hunt, if you dare.
On this Halloween Eve, it seems only fitting we're taking you ghost hunting with Agawam Paranormal for now the 13th year in a row. But tonight is a bit different. For only the second time ever, we've been invited into a private residence, a house in Westfield, whose owner thinks might be haunted. Western Mass News' Chris Pisano takes us there.
If members of Agawam Paranormal are huddled together in founder Rob Goff's kitchen, you know something spooky is afoot.
The clients are going to be outside in command center with us. So that means you guys are going to have the house to yourself. So if you start hearing somebody walking on the floor above you, it's not the people that live there.
And it may not be anyone living at all, because on this fall evening, as the team goes over their paranormal plans, we learn we'll be investigating a private residence. It's located on this ordinary side street in Westfield, a typical suburban house with a potentially terrifying twist, because the owner claims it was the scene of a deadly crime.
So unbeknownst to me at the time of purchasing the house, in 1992, there was an alleged murder in this house.
Still, Ken says for years he didn't let that bother him, at least as far as paranormal activity was concerned. After all, old houses are bound to be a little scary.
Every house, if you're alone, it's quiet, it's going to feel a little creepy somewhere. Always brushed a lot of things off.
But eventually, things began to get weird, too weird for him to explain. Cigarette smoke lingering here in the front room, though Ken doesn't smoke. And that time he found a piece of ocean glass on his floor.
How did it get there? I couldn't explain it. Where did it come from? Well, it came from this container of ocean glass 25 feet away in another room.
So we called in Agawam Paranormal, and the team is now getting ready to ghost hunt with a myriad of high-tech equipment, including night vision cameras, monitors, and motion detectors, everything needed to hunt a haunt. And sure enough, it starts to heat up in the kitchen, where one of the team there in the doorway peers in as an orb circles the room and then zips out of frame. Down in the basement, this bright orb floats from right to left as Agawam Paranormal continues their investigation. But it's not until the team leaves the house and heads to the command center in the detached garage that things take a dramatic turn. With now no humans inside, an infrared light gets knocked over just before midnight in the attic. And then minutes later, with that light still down, this orb seems to pulsate from the roof to the floor. Still, though, the best is yet to come. Because just after 1:25 in the morning, a camera placed in a second-floor storage room literally goes bump in the night several times. And remember, no one is in that room. In fact, no one is in the entire house. A stunning moment that caught the whole team by surprise. And while Goff won't ever definitively say whether he's found proof of the paranormal, does this video provide at least some clues from the other side? That's for you to decide.
This is about as close as you can get to potential evidence being evidence. But again, I will never ask anybody to take my word for it.
Happy Halloween.